misleading story about AJ Styles. There was a story going around claiming that WWE are the ones who nixed the idea when TNA called and was like, hey, we want to induct AJ Styles into the Hall of Fame. The story going around was claiming WWE said no, but that is not true. AJ came out and said, no, it was actually me, and it wasn't me saying no, never. Like, I don't ever want to. It's just the timing is not right now. So that brought up a lot of conversation, of course, because when the news first broke, people were freaking out about, like, why would WWE do this? Like, they have this partnership with TNA. Like, why would they do that? Yeah.
Like,
and
literally
so
this.
It's funny how much they had to eat their words once it was clarified by AJ himself.
Yeah.
And of course, WWE would never say, especially because they have this relationship with TNA, they would never say,
guys,
AJ, you can't go get inducted into the Hall of Fame where you made yourself a big name. You know what I mean? Like, they would never do that.
Guys, this is why you need to be sponges of knowledge and learn as much as you can and remember it. You can learn it, but retaining is tough. You have to remember that Rey Mysterio is a unicorn when it comes to Hall of Famers.
Mm-hmm.
Because the Hall of Fame is meant post-career. It's supposed to be meant to enshrine your legacy as in, and live in immortality when it comes to the company. Okay. It's not meant for active superstars. A lot of the time that gets misconstrued because wrestling is relatively its own world. We know this. And we saw TNA, their first inductee into their Hall of Fame ever. I don't know if you knew this, Sarah, but now you know. It's Sting.
Mm-hmm.
It was Sting. Sting obviously was active at that time and went on to be more active in years later.
Mm-hmm.
That's I say unicorn, but token, you can use other words to describe it. The point is that it doesn't happen often. It's a once in a blue moon. For AJ to say no, yeah, it's probably because of the active thing, but also he's injured. Okay.
Yeah.
AJ Styles is legitimately injured. It was supposed to be coming back for a storyline where he faked an injury, but the devil works in mysterious ways and actually made him injured. So because that, yeah, he's not going to appear on screen for something where I already said the first reason why. So then we're going to double down on the second reason. Just stay home, rest up so that he can come back and not be in the Hall of Fame in TNA, but actually compete in TNA as a WWE superstar, which is what everyone has been clamming for since the partnership was even announced.
Yeah, that's what I was just going to say. I feel like, there are people, because I can't remember who was saying it in an interview about being in the Hall of Fame, and they feel like when you get put in the Hall of Fame, that means like your career is done. Like you go into the Hall of Fame at the end.
Yeah, you can't get higher than the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, somebody recently said that, and I can't remember who it was, but I'm sure that a lot of them feel that way because traditionally that is how it goes. I mean, like if you look at professional sports, if you look at the NFL, you have to be retired for 5 years before you're eligible to go into the Hall of Fame, and WWE doesn't follow that. However, they historically have waited until you were done to put you in the Hall of Fame. So it would make sense if AJ is like, no, I don't want to do this yet. And because like you said, he probably wants to be able to do that crossover at some point. And it feels like maybe if you go into the Hall of Fame, that kind of is closing the door on that happening. Or like, what if he accomplishes a ton of stuff over the next like 3 years, and then it's like that wasn't acknowledged when he went into the Hall of Fame, So it kind of feels like
what if he became premature champion again?
Yeah.
Like, there is a possibility. I'm not saying it's a likely one, but there is a possibility that AJ Styles could have one final X Division title run.
Mm-hmm.
Why not?
Or even WWE title.
Or another WWE title run. Or TNA. Like, you never know because his career's not done. It's just put on pause because